Another day of death and carnage. I think it's been like 8 days in a row since we've been getting killed. I just want to say right out the gate, yes, I did buy another stock. I'm not selling any BNGO. I actually think I'm buying a couple more. I can only add like a couple shares here. I can only add 45 shares, but I'm hoping UVXY or my other stock that I just bought will start doing well, and I can take profits there, throw everything right back into BNGO in these next few days, if not today. Right after this video, or maybe even during, maybe at the end, I'll put in an order for a couple shares after hours. But I do think that bottom is pretty imminent. To be honest with you, right now I'm gonna tell you my case. I think the bottom is. I know if you think I'm bullshitting, if you think I'm just profiting off people, if you're done with my calls, my predictions, if you think I'm an idiot because BNGO's gone from 912 to 534, and I've said this is a good company throughout the entire trend while the company's only increasing in value. If you think I'm an idiot for that, just go to another stock, man. That's what I recommend. So you make your own damn opinions, but to be frank with you, I don't give a fuck. Now, the RSI is almost at 30. You're almost oversold now, and this is as oversold where we are right now today. We were at 34. The last time we were at 34 was basically May 14th, essentially. Or 13th, sorry. Basically, when we were at 430, to put that in perspective, last time we were this oversold, we went up 100% in less than a month. Not saying we're going to do that again, but I do think the bottom is here. I'm going to make a pretty ballsy call here. I've been wrong on plenty of them, right? I've been wrong on plenty of fucking calls, right? But I am going to make the prediction right now that I think the bottom is today. If it's not today, very soon. That's what I think. We'll see how it fucking ages, right? I said that. I mean, I've said that a couple times throughout this downtrend. So take it with a grain of salt. Make your own damn opinion. But that's my opinion, man. I think I'm adding shares. I'll tell you what. We'll probably add a couple shares at the end here, at the end of the video. I'll put in an order for the after hours. And now to what stock I bought today. Also, I want to say, I have to say it every day when we're going down like this. I'm still super bullish. I still like what I'm seeing. I still think this is one that you want to hold on to. I still think so, man. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if we go down to even $4, right? If this company is going to do something like an Illumina trajectory over the next 20 years or even 50 years, I'm willing to hold that shit, man. You don't want to bet against a company like that because it's impossible to time when the market starts pricing in that growth that we've been seeing from the company, yet the stock price goes down because other stocks are going down. That's as simple as it gets. I'm holding this shit. And now the other stock that I bought today, JMIA. JMIA Technologies. All right, now I'm not doing the full video on JMIA, and I actually have not decided fully whether this is going to be a short term, whether this is going to be a quick trade, right? I could already take profits right now. Okay, hell, I timed it. I'm not this good, right? I'm not bragging. Okay, I only bought 50 shares. I wish I bought fucking 500, right? I'm already up 6% here. But I did time this one very nicely. Got a little bit lucky on the timing. I mean, it wasn't that hard. I just looked at the RSI. But this is going to be a swing trade or a long-term investment for me. JMIA. Yeah, one of the two, definitely. And if it's a swing trade, I'm throwing all my profits right back into BNGO. That's as simple as it gets. So, yeah, I think tomorrow we'll do a video on why I bought JMIA. And I do like the business model. I'm sure some of you know I do like the business. I do like e-commerce in Africa, especially. I love it. They're a German company, but I like what these guys are doing. We're gonna do a video on that tomorrow. Don't worry. I know the first reaction to this. The first reaction is like, Brandon's not talking about BNGO. What the fuck? What's going on here, Brandon? This isn't normal. What's happening to you? We're still doing BNGO every day. Okay, we're still doing BNGO every day, essentially. And we may start doing a small amount of talking on JMIA. Another one that I'm looking at is SYN right there, synthetic. So we may have videos on them coming up soon. But I have to say right out the gate, the second thing that y'all are gonna think when you hear the news of what I just told you is that Brandon's not bullish on BNGO. No, I'm just as bullish. Okay, I'm just as bullish. To be honest with you, what happened was I looked at JMIA's price. I looked at the chart. And I saw like it's the exact same trade I did. Here, I'll show you. It's the exact same thing I did back here. Believe it or not, I mean, you can look at the streams if you don't believe me. I actually bought this in the 18s on this day right here on the 11th of May. I bought it right there and sold it in a couple days after. Right? I'm doing the exact same thing now. Do you know why? Because we're oversold in the daily. It's very simple. It's a very simple trade. I mean, it takes you don't have to be smart to do this kind of shit. Just buy when the RSI is super low in the daily, right? And sell it when it gets a little bit higher. And do your research on the company. But anyways, enough about JMIA. Okay, I'm still just as bullish as I am on BNGO as I was yesterday. Bought a little bit of JMIA. So 50 shares to be precise. Now with the news for BNGO today, there's not much crazy news. All right, they tweeted. There's this 5K going on for the damn miracle babies. All right, that's cool. That's great. I'm not really interested in that too much. However, I am a little bit interested in what they're saying right here. They got the ESH G 2021 conference going on. Only good things can happen because of this. I'm looking forward to it. I want this. I want stuff like this to happen left and right. I want more freaking presentations. I want to see more news from people talking about optical genome mapping. It seems like we haven't gotten that much in the last few weeks since earnings, I don't know, but there can easily be sales happening left and right like that behind the scenes. We're not going to know about them, but I would like to see some more stuff like this happening. So I'm glad we're seeing at least something happening soon. This is happening at the end of the month, roughly 15 days from now. A little bit less than that. And then the other thing we had was this bad boy right here. This was released the 2nd of August. Nothing worth really going over here besides the main takeaway, which is optical genome mapping does have a future. When more data comes out, it's only going to get more adoptions and more sales. That's essentially, they don't say it that outright, but it's implicitly there. It's overtly, patently, objectively, patently. It's there. It's there. It's implicit in what these guys are saying here. So that's at least my take on it. You construe it however you like. That's how I interpret it. Now for the institutional filings, institutional ownership is like 28%. FinTel likes to go back and forth. Their calculations, they have problems sometimes, but they do a good job. There's a couple new filings today, and there's only 4. And they're all bullish. There's only one that decreased their share change percentage, and it's only a couple thousand. The other shares outweigh the other 3 13Fs or the other 3 NPs, excuse me, outweigh that and compensate and then some. So more institutions. Remember, the file day is not indicative of the transaction day. Okay, don't mix that up, please. Don't say I'm implying that these guys bought today. No, absolutely not. But these filings are more bullish than bearish. I wouldn't get super excited about those. However, this thing I would maybe get more excited about. So the technical writer job listing, one thing that I love, you guys know, I've talked about this so many times, 37 new employees were hired in Q2. That makes me so damn confident for the company. And not only that, but especially the quote that they said in the earnings, August 4th, they're going to continue. They said, quote, that's going to continue, but not quite at that pace. And they mean they're going to continue hiring people, man. And that is like one of the simplest things. I'm a simple guy, all right? I do a ton of research. I do a lot of reading. Yes. I try to understand the optical genome mapping, but when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, the simple stuff is sometimes the most important. And one of the most simple things you can look at in regards to a company's health and if they're moving in a good direction or not is if they're hiring. If you're getting rid of a ton of staff, what does that tell you? That tells you the company is not really trying to expand. They're trying to mitigate they're mitigating the total supply that they can create and the total work that can be done. If a company's hiring a ton of people, on the other hand, that probably means they're expanding, and there's a high amount of demand that they're trying to match with increased supply through hiring more people, right? They're trying to get more work done. They're trying to supply more of their product or service, in this case, the Sapphire. And that's why I think many of these filings, if we go over yesterday, I don't know if I can find it, but the one that was talking about the Sapphire orders and installations, that I think, this one right here. Yes, this is one of them. I don't know if this is quite the one I was talking about, but negotiate and analyze prices, bids, contracts, and terms with suppliers. They're hiring people like this because they're anticipating or they already have had more buyers, and that's why they're trying to get so many orders. I think that's why they're manufacturing so many, and there's so many orders going out. Sapphire's getting more sales, man. Q3, Q4, I'm expecting huge things in Q4. This Q3, I'm expecting good things. I want easily above 4 million. I want closer to 5 million, if not above 5 million in revenue. I think they're doing well, and I think this is a great metric to look off. Who are they hiring, and what are the job listings? What are the responsibilities? I like what I'm seeing. So with that being said, there's the portfolio. We're going to be doing videos on, as I said, SYN and JMIA, GMIA, or JMIA, excuse me. We're gonna be doing videos on those maybe tomorrow, maybe sometime this weekend. I don't know for sure, but yeah, there's the portfolio right about now. I'm wishing I added way more than 50 shares. I'm wishing I sold out here and added everything here, but you cannot complain, right? In hindsight, everything's easier. Everything is so simple in hindsight, right? But of course, you don't know the future. Anyways. Thank you all so much, man. This is not financial advice. Feel free to check out Newsweek, our sponsor. And I'm still holding BNGO. To sum it up, one thing I don't want anyone to forget this, man. I'm still with BNGO. I'm still bullish. I'm still, BNGO, so to speak, figuratively, you could say BNGO is my wife, and JMIA and UVSY, these are my mistresses. this is what you could say. These are several stocks are a mistress of mine, I guess you could say. And BNGO is the main one. So with that being said, Newsweek's our sponsor. Feel free to check out the link in the description for him and the website and his YouTube. Thank you so much. As I said, not financial advice. I'll see you all in the next one.